Hi, this is a demo of a browser prototype I'm working on, and I'll just try to use it almost normally and explain some of the choices along the way. So here at the top, I have kind of normal interactive embedded websites displayed as a card that I can interact with. And this one is Hacker News. Just for the purpose of the demo, it's like already filtered with this query. And let's say I'm interested in sleep and I find this article that I want to read. So I click on it and the page opens in kind of a model or focused mode to just focus on this article and read. So let's say I'm reading normally this around sleep, and if I click links, it will kind of open here normally, so I could keep navigating. But let's say I have enough information about sleep, and now I kind of want to buy my own sleep tracker to improve that. So I can type here, press enter. This will open a Google search. Now I can find my something that looks legit for comparison. Let's say this Sleep Foundation one, like the best trackers of 2023. Again, I'm reading, trying to kind of make up an almost normal browsing scenario, and let's say kind of interested in this Oura Ring because I don't know they are more lightweight. They can go under water and shower, so I don't forget to take them off, and they have good data. So, okay, let's say kind of my trip around sleep is over, and I can close that. And what you can notice here, beside this issue of having two pages, I can remove one, is that my browsing history, just for the like past few seconds, has been laid out horizontally. So this is the main article that I opened initially, and then I have the Google search. So on any other browser, probably this sleep tracker, Google search, and those things and those three would be kind of separated from the initial sleep, although they are kind of happening at the same time and they're around the same topic, so it would make sense to keep them together. So that's the main goal of this prototype. Like, how can we regroup websites and kind of browsing history and group them by topic? And here on the left, we can see like the topic is kind of three tags: sleep technology, sleep tracking, health and wellness. And that's the main idea. So now we could say that Arc, for example, and other browser are already doing something like that. In Arc, it's called Space. So I can create a space, and I need that. And I can create this space, for example, around Portugal, because I was planning a trip to Portugal, and I could add multiple websites to this kind of collection or topic. And on Google Chrome, I can do the same. For example, I could use group tabs and group multiple tabs under one topic, one color, kind of similar idea. But I see two issues with those existing implementation. The first one is that it's manual. And for me, it's kind of a deal breaker because although for those big projects or recurring projects, I would put the effort into creating a space, but for a lot of other things that happen like organically while browsing, maybe going through a rabbit hole or using the example of kind of sleep that I had before, I won't go there and create a space or a group tab just for that because it's too small. I'm not sure it will be useful. But as I hope we'll see with the prototype, this is also useful for those smaller things. And to me, the second issue is that most of the browsers seem to think that having a favicon and a title to describe a tab or a website is enough to know what's inside. But most of the time, especially when looking at those new feature of like long-lived tab here, that those one are pinned and we stay even if I restart Arc, and probably the same on Google Chrome if I pin them. I don't necessarily remember what's behind, and most of the time I will have to click. And overall, I think we could make better use of big screens and the space we have. And in my opinion, it's like even more obvious in this view, for example, because I don't know about you, but every time that I try to use this history, like I know I've seen a tweet about a topic maybe a week or a few days ago, and I'm trying to go to the history, and I feel like I never find what I want. And to me, the issue is the same. Like having a favicon, a title, or a date and URL, it's not enough. I would like to have maybe a peek into a small preview, thumbnail. I don't know, something that shows me the content or the topic, as I mentioned. Yeah, a bit more information, and that's kind of what I try to do here. So we've seen like the topic automatically having the topic, but also using those kind of embedded website in a card like this that I can scroll. I can see what it is. I can see the title, and sometime I can remember things by I don't know their designs, like this one, and it will be easier to find. And I think it works quite well because most of the websites do a pretty good job as being like mobile friendly. And I would say maybe now the web is even mobile first. A lot of website looks better on mobile than desktop. So why not use that to our benefit and kind of show those previews in a responsive form? So that's kind of the few ideas, like show by topic and show more information with the content. Now, once we do that, there are a few things that are interesting. Let's say I would like to search for something. In here, as I scroll down, I go back in my entire browsing history. You can see on the right, like this small scrolling sum. It's quite small because I have a bit of data now. And as I scroll down, I can see what I was doing like yesterday and the day before. And because it's grouped by topic, I have a bit more information. And if I know roughly what I'm looking for in terms of topic or what it was about, I can like just scan looking at the left until I find what I want. Or if I'm more about remembering something like that or the content, the color, I can also scroll and look at the cards. And once I find the topic I was interested, I can scroll to the right. And similarly, this is the most recent one. And as I scroll back, I go to the older website that I visited. So, and this, in my opinion, unlocks a few things. So maybe an extra information because of my liking probably visual skills, visual design skills. It looks like maybe an infinite canvas where I could move things around, but no, I really want that to be automatic. It's more like a grid maybe, and one topic is laid down horizontally and the rest is vertically. That's kind of the idea, but design could be much more improved so it doesn't look like just a canvas. Now, once we have that, one of the benefits is as well search is slightly more powerful. So here this bar is used for the Google search, for example, as I typed before, or I could enter an URL, but I can also filter my entire history. So for example, if I had something around operating system, and this will filter all the topics. So it will search for topics, tag, URL, title, and find the website matching. And once I found the good one, what's interesting is that I just don't have one page lost. I have my entire browsing context at that time or around this topic, and it's easier to find things this way. The other interesting thing is, let's say it's been a few days that I've been doing that, and I have more things on top. I kind of forget, and a few days after, a few weeks, I come back to this prototype and I find an interesting article on nature.com around about sleep again. So I'm kind of opening this article, reading and getting more information about sleep. And when I go back, as you probably guessed, this page joined the already existing category on sleep, which means that if it was a few months later, I kind of forget what I was doing, this information, those browsing history will resurface automatically. And I will be able to remember, okay, it started like that. And I actually already searched for a sleep tracker and I already decided for the Oura Ring, and I can decide to buy it and not have to go over it again, which happened to me quite frequently when I don't commit or I don't buy something. And like 6 months later, I'm going again through the same process of trying to decide what to buy or what to do. So that's the other benefit, like of automatically sorting those websites, because this can resurface interesting information automatically. Maybe as an extra, because this might be obvious, but the first row is a bit special. It wasn't driven by any principle or idea, it was just what I needed, where the first line is called the feed, and it doesn't really have a topic because those are websites like Hacker News, kind of a sport one, Twitter, Substack, and nature.com. There is no topic, it's just more like a feed that will generate topic. So every time I click a link on those feed type website, this will create a new row based on the topic. And this row is always at the top, and then it just go chronologically. Yeah, tell me what you think.